Hey, good morning, everybody. Jason here. So, we bounced back a bit so far from where we were at yesterday. So, this new tax proposal, even though a lot of people think that it's not going to affect them in their trading because they don't make a million plus or millions of dollars, you have to think through it more than that one step, more than that one person who is getting taxed. So, as we're making money here, let's say you were doing 100 times what you're doing, and instead of making 100,000, you were making um, 10 million. So, so you make that 10 million, and in order to cover your taxes, you're likely not going to be able to keep all the stock that you have. So, what do you have to do? You're going to have to sell a greater portion of it in order to cover those capital gains taxes. I know this isn't going to affect me and a lot of you, but it's possible some of us out there will have that. So what happens when you sell stock or anybody sells stock? Well, these guys that are holding, you know, thousands of shares, tens of thousands of shares, millions of shares, will have to sell a portion of their equity in order to cover the tax burden. And when shares are sold, what does that do to the price? It goes down. So that alone definitely affects us in a little bit bigger sense. I live in the Seattle area. We're in a bit of an economic bubble here because we have Amazon and Google and Microsoft and several other large companies where people bring in quite a bit of money. Um, and I work. My full-time job is in the service industry. Well, my my income is based on their income, and depending on what they're doing and their income levels, a lot of times what they're spending with me is peanuts, and it allows them to spend with me instead of trying to shop, 5, 6, 10 different places because their time is valuable. Um, and the difference between them spending $5,000 on service and $5,200 on service is nothing. It's just not valuable for them. And with that in mind, all of like my company, my competitors were able to keep pricing at a reasonable level to where we all make decent money. If people did not make that much, or they had to give up so much more in taxes, that's going to change the way they spend money. You guys, you may not, you go and order simple things at a restaurant, and maybe the pricing doesn't matter. Maybe if you didn't have extra money, even an extra few $100s a month or whatever, maybe you're not going out to eat that day, not supporting a local restaurant, not tipping well or something like that, and instead you're just cooking at home. So all this stuff does 100% trickle down it's going to trickle down to the stock market, and it's going to trickle down to us. All that being said, this is even though it may have been a bit of an overreaction by the market, this fundamentally does change some things. It's not like the news on Tesla where somebody gets in an accident because they were abusing autopilot or doing stupid crap. Um, that's an overreaction because it's just news that doesn't really affect the company or anything. But this news does. Um, Pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointing. And you know what? I hope all you guys have to pay that 39.6% tax rate at some time. I want to see you guys making millions of dollars. A lot of people are just getting started this year, and you have 10, 20, 30, 40 more years to invest and grow your accounts to where you are making good money. It's not out of the realm of impossibility. Do some calculations. Add 20% a year to your investments over the next 20 years and see what that does. It's a lot. Anyhow, other than that, I did end up selling out of my UVXYs yesterday, right before market closed. Gained a little bit, not a whole bunch. And we have a whole bunch of worthless things expiring today. It sucked because yesterday Apple was on its way up. Right prior, I thought Apple. Yeah, I guess it kind of did the same move yesterday. I thought these might actually come back to life. But now we need another $5-6 to where those are even profitable. Most of my Teslas are garbage. I had right before the drop, I opened up 690. I was like, hey, $250 to grab another $12. Not bad. A little 5%er there that I can just let expire today. And yeah, the other ones are going to be worthless unless we have a crazy run up by the end of the day. But I'm not seeing that. I see a lot of push pull this morning, and I think that's about it for today. I don't think I'll make any plays today. I'm more interested in maybe the further digestion or unpacking of how the this tax proposal and the implications are going to affect the overall market and certain companies. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and let's make a lot of money.